Hit me with it.
How do I avoid cowboy builders ruining my home slash build?
Well, you have to do your research first.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a major part of any building project. Is if you're not going to instruct a company like us,
Yeah.
you have to do your homework. You cannot say, "Oh, Jeff down the road, use."
But hold on, lots of people's friends would have had building projects. They've had like another school might have had it, or a commercial to resi. Surely that's just good enough.
It's not.
What? What?
It's just
what?
Not. One build project is very different to another.
Even if it's the same, even if it's 3 doors down, they had a rear extension, or actually this particular school had a gym block, we want to create that. Even that?
Well, I think best practice is you do your homework. You know, when you're buying an expensive item, you cost compare, don't you? You don't just go, "Oh, I'll buy that one." You do your research, you do your homework, you look around, you look at reviews, which is really important.
Yep.
You look at, company's house and look at their setup,
yes,
how long
good
they've
idea.
been trading,
Yeah,
what their accounts look like.
Yeah.
Have they folded
several times? Yeah.
Set up again, because that's a red flag.
Or even if they have, so I suppose the point is to identify the red flags. There might be really good and just reason for that. Yeah. At which point it kind of arms you to ask the right questions, right?
Yeah.
The interesting thing when it comes to kind of avoiding cowboy builders is, as part of the due diligence, what do you think we should be asking? So you've touched on company's house, reviews, website kind of details.
Yeah.
What other things really? Because the whole, we're supposed to be finding the right questions to ask them. If you've got any problems, you can download our ebook, which obviously has all of the questions in it that you can kind of ask your builder or a principal contractor if it's a larger outfit and a larger project you're doing. But what other things should we really be looking for? What other red flags should we be asking?
Well, it's kind of how they're going to set their project up. What health and safety do they have in place? What insurance they have?
Health and safety is an interesting one, actually, and insurance. The health and safety is an interesting one because a lot of people look past it, think it's an irrelevant cost, think it's just a set of forms. Fundamentally, it is not. In fact, health and safety rests on the shoulders of the employer, so school, corporate outfit, homeowner.
Yeah.
They're the principal ones in charge. If you've got a set of contractors or set of designers that are willing to overlook that and fundamentally overlook their own life, i.e., and we've touched on this before, roofing repairs off the top of a 3-part ladder, and they're climbing all over your roof and sitting on the ridge trying to do some repairs. Is that a safe manner of working? And actually, if they're willing to risk their own life,
what else are they willing to risk?
What other quality work are they willing to risk?
And how does that leave you exposed as the client?
And that touches quite neatly onto insurance. A lot of contractors and a lot of limited companies have employer's liability, which is all about protecting those working.
Yeah.
Public liability, which protects buildings from damage by that particular contractor. A lot of other contractors miss PI insurance, professional indemnity, especially if you're engaging with a design and build contractor or a contractor that you are paying to do the design and they're getting somebody else to do it. It bottlenecks with their insurance, so professional indemnity, so they're insured to design.
So break that down a bit more simplistically. What that means.
When a building project's put together, you have a design, then you have a tender document, schedule of works, then you have the building bit. In terms of professional indemnity, in terms of design, let's say somebody designs a foundation at No, I'll tell you what, a roof joint. Let's say somebody designs a roof joint. They're quite complicated sometimes, depending on kind of materials you're using. And that roof joint not only starts to leak, but then also starts to rot the timbers and the roof starts to sag. Reasonably simple joint, but whoever's designed that, it's about professionally indemnifying, so ensuring that those people are competent to design that joint.
Yeah.
Because if it fails in the future, whose fault is it? It might not be the builders. It might be that the builders built it exactly in accordance with the design, but it's failed. Therefore, it's not a building problem. It's a design problem. So if you're engaging with a design and build contractor, that then becomes wholly them.
Yeah.
They've designed it and then built in accordance with it. Especially when you start to look at some of the gateway stuff, the gateway that we're heavily involved with, looking at gateway applications for high-risk buildings after the Grenfell disaster, that was all about responsibility on design. So PI insurance is one, employer's liability, public liability they've got normally. But the other one that you are currently kind of honing in on when you look at the project we've got in Pinner, you've done some inquiries around the one in Belgravia, is a joint policy. Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about what the joint names is?
Well, I'm not really an expert in this field, and this is where you draw in the experts.
Yeah.
It's really a void policy. So there's a void between the insurance you have at home, your house insurance and your cover, your building cover, all the insurances the builder has. There is this kind of void in between once you're having works done, which leaves you exposed. And it's a cover that basically covers that element. I
agree. Said absolutely succinctly. So what happens is you think when you undertake building works, it'll be covered by your home insurance. Depending on the type of project, that is unlikely. Some household insurance, especially if you've gone onto some of the comparing websites, actually remove roof works. Any works you have on the roof you think are insured are not.
And some will cover you to a certain level, but generally when you're having
less
building
and less.
works, you're going to go over that.
So the all risks insurance, which is under joint policies, is to exactly cover that void. If you've got any questions on that, obviously you can contact us and we can help you a bit further.